Let's give our blog app the ability to update posts by reusing the same form that we created in the previous video. So once again, let's visit our API file to create a new update endpoint. Okay, so just to make things a tad bit quicker, I'm going to copy this and paste here, and I'll get everything right between here. We're going to change the endpoint URL to /update and pass in the ID. We'll change posting to updating. Now, we'll reference article, find by ID method, and we pass in the request parameters ID. We use the execute function. And inside of here, if error, we'll console log it. And then else, we'll say article title equals the request body title, the content as well. And then we'll choose article save. And then the response will be JSON with the article. All right, great. So now, as with before, let's restart the server. Node server.js. We'll go back. And let's also create the method in our article service file. So let's just simply copy the insert article method. We'll paste it here. We'll go ahead and change this to update article. And along with post article, we're going to put in a second parameter, which will be the ID of the intended article that we wish to update. We'll leave these two lines, 32 and 33, the same. And we're going to use the post method once again, except we'll change the URL to update / and also pass in the ID. All right, so we'll save that. And now we have to go to our routes file and just create one more. In this one, we're going to name it edit and pass in the ID, and it will still be the create component. Save this. And now in the create component class, we have to make a few adjustments. And first, we're going to create a property called article, which will store the edited article document. So up here, we'll put in article. And this will be of type article. And then also, we want to use the activated route instance AR to grab the URL parameters. This will give us access to the edit ID. So, just after this line right here, where we get the articles, we're going to reference this.AR for activated route, params, and subscribe with the params. Okay, so inside of here, once we have this, we want to do an if statement. If the params ID is set, then we're going to reference our article service, and we're going to get the article and pass in the ID of the article. We're going to subscribe to it. And we're going to say this article, which we just created above, to the response. And then we'll simply copy this right here and we'll paste it. And instead of null for the first argument, we're going to pass in this article title. So that way, if we're trying to edit a given article, then this title will show up inside of the input. Copy this, paste it here, and change this to content. So then let's add an else right after our if, and we'll simply copy this and paste that here. Okay. Now we also have to make another adjustment to the add article method. This time we're going to pass in two different arguments. So we're going to put in an article ID, and then we're going to do an if statement. And all of this is to help us decipher whether or not we're trying to create or edit an article. So if the article ID does not equal undefined, all right, then we're going to update it. So we reference this article service update article. We pass in the article and the article ID underscore ID. So we'll update it, and then we'll navigate by URL back to the home page. So then we put in an else statement, and we simply reference this right here and close in that else right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. And because we've added another argument here, we have to go to our component file, and under ng submit, we're going to pass in the article property. So we'll save, and we'll go ahead back to our console and run ng build. Okay, we'll click on one of the articles, and we'll click on edit article, and it looks like there's an error up here that we didn't actually get the ID, and that's due to missing two interpolation brackets. So let's go back real quick, and that's a very simple, easy, quick fix. And we'll go back to our article component, and we can see we need to add two more interpolation brackets at the end, and we'll go back and rebuild. All right, go back to our browser, click on edit article, and there we go. So now let's try to change this. We'll just put 2 here and 2 here as well, and hit post article. There we go. We have our 2 and our 2. Now just to make sure adding an article still works, we'll add this in, and we'll just put in, copy this real quickly, and post article. There we go. Awesome. So now all that leaves is deleting articles, and our mean stack CRUD app will be finished.